Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to another beautiful reading from Source Energy to all of you. Of course, I have my precious guides, Mona and Liam, who come in. If you're new here, they are with me constantly, just helping me find my higher self and bringing these beautiful messages to you. The first card that came in was It's Okay to Feel What You Need to Feel. And I think that's a very big message just in itself. Just that in itself. Do you ever feel like you're feeling the wrong thing? And that's what they're coming in to talk about. Oh, I shouldn't feel that way. I should be fearless. I should do this. And this is a stoppage to say it's okay to feel the way you feel. It doesn't make you less. Okay? A lot of times in my life I have felt, there's going to be a big realization for me as well. Mostly when I was younger, though. I used to feel like, oh, if I did this or if I did that, if I, had the courage to do this and do that, or I feel like less of myself, right? I feel like less of a person. And you see, this is mixing me up in a way. Because if I think to myself, is it good to feel less than myself? No. But it's okay to feel what you need to feel. It's more like a comparison, right? That person looks courageous. That person doesn't look like they have to stop to feel their feels. You know what I mean? They're not feeling like less of themselves. They look like they can take over the world. They're better than I am. And you're feeling what you're feeling, and you're feeling bad about yourself. And then you feel bad for feeling bad about yourself. You know, it's that slippery slide that we take into our psyche that just kind of keeps us stuck. So I feel like they're more thinking about, like, look, it's okay to feel the way you feel. And if you feel small, there's a reason for it. There is a reason for that. The one thing I noticed, there's a lot of like red and orange here. And it has to do with the base chakra. It has to do with childhood reflections right here. Six of Emotions right here. Nostalgia, childhood things. This definitely has to do with that. I feel that this is for people who have felt like outcasts in their lives. That's what I feel that this is, right? Less than. I think that they want you to take action towards those feelings. I really think that they want you to realize that you're feeling those feelings for a reason. That you need to look inside of yourself. You need to take action towards it. See, there's all these beautiful colors that kind of run into the other action, right? 3. Create something new with these. Why do you feel less? Why do you feel small? Why do you feel like you cannot, that you cannot, like, do what you're trying to accomplish? Okay? What actions do you need to take? Is it mostly of your mind? There's the Queen of Swords right here. Is it your mind telling you that you can't do something? Is it your mind telling you that you should be afraid? What kind of action do you need to take? As uncomfortable and as yucky as this may feel at times, that you may feel like, oh, I don't like this. I don't like feeling this way. It's okay that you feel the way you feel. It's okay to feel it so that you can clear the way and take action into something different. Okay? But it's also allowing yourself to say, I'm allowed to say and think the things that I want of myself, even if they're bad. Even if they're bad things. Yeah. You're not allowed to believe them, though. That's the problem. You need to stop them in their tracks and go, why am I saying such nasty things of myself? Why? Why? This is the action part. Why am I not moving forward? What is it that I am afraid of? Am I afraid of risking everything? What is the risk? Is there a real risk? What's happening? So let's take a look at what it says here for cozy up to risk. Risk is inevitable when you are pursuing your dream. So go on, cozy up and get to know each other. Risk is a little bit like a campfire. Both need to be watched and tended carefully. Neither should be feared, and respect and responsibility are part of the deal. And just as a campfire can be a magical catalyst for 100 wonderful stories, and there's the magician right here, okay? Risk can be the catalyst for 100 realized dreams. Encountering risk means you're aware, pushing boundaries and innovating. And you are bravely trying new things, testing ideas, and living. Trust that your reward will be waiting for you when you take your leap of faith, and that you'll find your soft landing in love, in your investments, or in your creations. Creations, I love that, because, yeah, creations is the Empress, and there's number 3, okay? Action, there it is. There's your creation. Take action towards your creations. This is a catalyst for something better. You're working towards an extraordinary life, and the only way to arrive passes right by the warm, inevitable glow of the unknown. And it says, are you worrying about any real cause? Are you stressed when things go exactly as planned? Are you blowing your risk out of proportion? Are you ruminating over things you cannot change? Are you worrying about something that hasn't happened yet? What area of your life requires a little more trust from you? A little more trust from you. This is a big one. I do feel that a lot of this has to do with the fear that somehow, you know, that you're not good enough. There is a lot of not good enough coming up here, especially with this card. And it's okay to feel what you feel. Only if you're willing to go in and figure out why. Okay, I'm going to add this. Because I feel that that's just your brain telling you stuff. Right? Oh, who do you think you are? Oh, it's too big. Okay? Oh, you have an idea, or you're doing something. Oh, others have done it before. Doesn't matter. Okay? You may feel all kinds of doubts. Some of it can be about self-worth. Some of it can be about self-doubt. But there's a lot of things going in here. Okay? There's a lot of things going in here. The Queen of Swords comes in, but it's because what I like about the Queen of Swords is that she does look further. She's very, she's got a lot of strength of character. She's very independent. She's very self-aware, but she's very critical of her own thoughts, okay? And it's because she's experienced loss. She's experienced sorrow. She's experienced times where it didn't feel great. And that's when this comes up, right? Looking through her lens, you can see that there's a lot that's happened. You're not inexperienced. You've had a few stumbles. You've had a few falls. You've had your childhood come in and play a part where it's kind of limited you. But what she was looking at over here was this right here, which is the Princess of Cups, which is the dreamer, which is a Page of Cups, okay? At the core of your being, whatever you're reaching out to do, whether it's relationship, career, life, it doesn't matter, whatever you are having these thoughts of. The initial thought wasn't of, oh, I don't think I can do this, or I'm not good enough, or whatever. The initial thought was, hey, I would really like to do this, right? hey, I'm really passionate about this. I want to take a closer look about this. I'm really excited about this. What a great idea this would be. The dreamer part of you kicked in. The youthful, tender, gentle soul that's really in tune with their receiving abilities, the inner child, the sensitivity, their spirituality. It's a new, fresh, exciting insight. The magic kicks in to help you out, right? Well, if I do this, this, and this, that's going to help, right? I can apply that and make my goals a reality, right? I'm taking my personal power, my intention, my resources, and I can create something fabulous and fantastic. And then it happens. Right here. It happens right here. Everything that you've done, everything up till now, starts crowding in. Well, what if I'm not good enough? What if it's been done before? The self-doubt, the self-worth, all the programming from childhood. You know, you dreamily still hold on to the dream. You see them holding on to that dream, right? Just like the young dreamer, just like this one right here. But suddenly her face changes. Do you see that? Her face changes. What is that? Oh, self-doubt. What's happening? Why do I feel this all of a sudden? Why am I turning into, well, maybe it wasn't such a great idea, right? And then you have the 9 of emotions, which is blessings coming true and feeling blessed and gratitude. That goes out the window. It's still there. You still want these blessings. You feel blessed to have the idea to, possibly, but then there's that little nagging, persistent thought that kind of blocks your wishes and blessings arriving. Why? Because your heart's desire has been culled a little bit, right? There's just something that's holding you back. You're not floating upwards, you're floating downwards. There's something holding you back. Okay? The last card that comes in here is belong. And I think that's the biggest, that's a big one. When you belong to yourself, you belong to your dreams and your goals. You belong 100%. Doubt doesn't creep in. You belong to it, right? It belongs to you. It's yours. It's that sense of belonging that goes out the window. You remove yourself from your dreams. You remove yourself from the worth of the worthiness of that, right? Because think about it. Oh, your self-worth, well, I won't be able to accomplish that. You've just removed the confidence. You've removed the ability of accomplishing this. You no longer belong to that. You're no longer together to belong together. You understand? You have to realize that this is a falsehood. This is something your brain creates because it's something new. Taking action on things that are new is the scariest thing ever. Okay? It's scary. It's scary to go, I'm going to act on it. It is very scary. Action. Let's read that. Right here. The time is now. Don't hesitate. Take action. Face your fear and do it anyway. Of course, there are times when it's important to deliberate and think carefully about an action. There are other times when you need to step up and just go for it. Now's the time. Listen to your heart. Look into your fear's eyes with a calm, steely gaze and forge forward with certainty and power. Quicken your spirit by making decisions now. I step into my glorious future with determination and power. Right there. Okay? You belong. You belong to this action. You belong to your dreams. They don't belong to anybody else. Why are you removing yourself from what you want? You don't need to. And you shouldn't. Honestly, you shouldn't. Okay? I know you're going to say, it's easier said than done, Jane. It's easier said than done. Look, this is to remind you that this is... it's not always easy. So here's the belong card. It says, N.R. Narayana Murthy. This is a quote from this person. Growth is painful. Change is painful. But nothing is as painful as staying stuck somewhere you don't belong. Now is a perfect time to seek out the company of those who share similar beliefs and ideals with your own. If your current circle is not supportive of what you are striving towards, it may be necessary to limit the amount of time you spend with these people and seek out others who will support you in your endeavors. And you know what? I'm going to replace that with mind. Yeah. Replace the mindset. I don't think this is people. I think this is you. Okay? So, humans tend to mimic the attitudes and behaviors of the people they're surrounded by. If you desire to make change in your life, you should begin by looking at those around you to determine whether those individuals reflect the person you desire to be. If you find that they hold competing goals or values, it may be time to seek out those to whom you feel a greater sense of alignment. When you find a tribe where you truly belong, you will allow yourself to flourish. Okay? And this is, again, don't... I think the belong thing is more of a comparison. You're comparing yourself maybe to others. You're comparing yourself... It does have something to do with childhood. When you were told, maybe were told that, oh, you can't do that. I have a little story where I tried to, start up a company way back when. It was selling long distance. I've just aged myself tremendously. Don't do that no more. But at the time it was important. People wanted to save on that, such things, right? And I have a half-brother who told me on the phone, that's ridiculous, you're never going to make it. He was very, very negative. And at the time I was trying to get family and friends to, switch up with me. But it was a company nobody had heard of, and I couldn't get them to switch. Which I found out is something that happens a lot. They're usually the first people to make you feel like somehow you're doing something wrong, even though you know you're doing something fantastically right. Even though you've done your research, you've done the groundwork, you know what you're talking about. Sometimes to get the help from somebody it feels like you're trying to pull teeth. It feels like nothing you say is going to make you feel like you belong with this idea, with this dream, with this goal. And you get a serious pang of feeling less than. Okay? It's okay to feel what you feel. It's okay to feel it, but it's not okay. I'm just going to say, it's not okay to stop there. This is a clear indication when you feel bad about something, to realize whether it is your feeling or is what other people are making you feel, or they're just really touching the insecurity inside of yourself that you're letting take over. Okay? It is time to take action. It's time to take action. Okay? It's time to look at it from a higher point of view. It's time to realize whether you're letting your past affect your judgment at this point. And then to decide to cozy up with risk. Cozy up with that, okay? Cozy up with it. Take action and say, look, it's your opinion, whatever, but I want to do this. I'm going to continue on. I could have made that successful, most certainly. But I let that little voice of uncertainty tell me, you've never accomplished anything. I don't think you're going to make it. Why would anything good happen to you? That was another one. That was one of my favorite. What makes you so special? Well, if it's so easy, why isn't everybody a millionaire or, making, tons of money? That was one at the time. You really have to tap into your magic. You really do. Okay? And you have to tap into your dreams. Really tap into your dreams. It's so easy to give up. It's a lot harder to keep going, especially when you feel like you have things blocking you or working against you. But believe me, half of those things is your own mind. It's your own past. It's what you've heard from people who've known you, people who are supposed to be family. You ever think that maybe they're talking through their insecurities? Those same people have been had by other people. Like I can even tell you that what I was talking about, my brother's been had by other people, making him believe that they were good people. And that if he had actually taken my, at the time, long distance, he could have saved a few bucks. And he wouldn't have been had at all. Those are their problems. They're not a you problem. Okay? You have to believe in yourself. You have to invest in yourself. Don't separate yourself from your dreams. Belong to them completely. Belong to your dreams. Hang on to them and belong to them. And I feel that's the big message today. It's okay to feel what you want to feel. It's okay to feel that sense of, I'm feeling like I'm less than. I'm feeling like what makes me so special. I'm feeling defeated. I feel like my worth isn't up to snuff. My self-confidence isn't up there. And it's okay to feel what you feel. But it's also up to you to realize where it comes from. This is a base chakra card, by the way, from this book. This is where this comes from, right? There's a lot of information out there that feeling a certain way can manifest blockages. But it's important for us to remember that we're having a human experience. When we deny how we truly feel, we cast those emotions into our shadow space and they still affect us, but we aren't conscious of them. They can create more trouble than we bargained for. Today, the universe is encouraging you to know that it's okay to feel whatever you need to feel. And the only way to overcome those feelings is to feel them. And don't beat yourself up. Treat yourself kindly. Find a space to honestly express it. let it rise to the surface and be released. Then you can begin taking action steps to move toward how you want to feel. And know that the universe will send support along the way. And that was the next card that came in, action. I was reading this one here. Okay? So, example. When I told my brother I have this long distance thing. And it was a great plan. It was a great plan, okay? Honestly, it was. Company still exists, although they don't need long distance. But at the time, would have been like, you know, a little gold coin, a little coin in my pocket if I'd taken the time to believe in myself, right? But instead, I thought, my family doesn't even want it. What do I know? First of all, I'm young, they're older than me, they probably know better. Okay? But I stopped there. Who am I? I'm a nobody. That's where I was feeling. I didn't go to how come I felt that way? Because all of those people have made me feel like nobody. Okay? That's what happened. And it's the truth of it. It's not being mean or anything, but that's the way. It was, the way they treated me was the way I felt, and I felt that way for a reason. Okay? I don't have time for you. I don't have, never had time for you. And like, who are you, right? But I never went further to see that these people were not perfection. Of course not. They were not perfection. They had problems of their own. Like I said, they were chieftains of making the wrong decisions in their lives. I shouldn't have based my entire decision, and this is when I should have gone in deeper to understand why I felt the way I felt. Because I was looking at the wrong people to give me worth. They had never been people to make me feel worth. They'd always been people to take away my worth, to make me feel like it didn't belong to myself or to them. And that's what I needed to go further in. I needed to understand. I needed to uncover. I want you to do the same thing today. If you're trying to manifest something, anything at all, and you're feeling bad or something's happened, I want you to go deeper. Don't stop at the part where you are disconnecting yourself from your dream. I want you to find out the why. I want you to go look. Why do I feel this way? Is it a specific person, circumstance, childhood trauma, trigger that is making me feel and disconnecting me from my dreams? And then I want you to take action. And then I want you to regain your magic and feel the blessings. And then I want you to try again. Okay? I hope that this has helped you. I know it went kind of a roundabout way of getting across. But it was very personal to me, so I'm getting a lot from this. Something I hadn't really looked at. And I'm trying to accomplish a lot right now. And I don't have these thoughts very often anymore. But it's good to look back on them and understand why. And give me an extra push when I need it to know that I can make anything happen. I just need to believe and belong to my dreams and stay connected. It doesn't mean that I won't have moments where I falter and feel like, ooh, maybe I can or I won't or I'm not able to. But it's okay to feel the way I feel. Acknowledge it, look at it, and then dive right into it. To either obliterate it, see if it holds any water. If it holds any truth in your life. Okay? And then take action on it. Let me know. I know this one will be hard in the comment section, but I would love to know if there is something right now that you're talking yourself out of or talking yourself down about. Okay? You know what I'm talking about. You're trying to do something and suddenly you have that little voice inside your head telling you it's impossible, you can't do it or whatever. Or you've talked to somebody, they made you feel like it was impossible. Okay? Tell me. Tell me in the comment section. Jane, I'm going to dive deeper. And that's all I want to know. You can explain your situation if you want to, but if not, just write, Jane, I'm going to dive deeper. And then I want you to go and do it. I want you to take action. It's okay to feel what you feel, but then I want you to take action on those feelings and see what else you can find out. Alright, so I'm going to let you go. Over here is my other channel, Life Path Number Tarot. Just click on it and there's a video explaining what that is. I do readings weekly. They're very short, to the point, interesting. And there's another playlist here in case you're interested in watching another video. Thank you so much for being here. I'm sending you love, light, and blessings. I will see you in the next reading. Bye for now.